Come here. What sneakers out of this, say hi, this Cayenne, which one should go to the next round? I know what I picked. Which one do you think should make it to the next round? You get to pick one.
The infrared.
Ah! That's what I said!
What's good, world? This is Max Recitar from SLAMKicks. Welcome to Sneaker Jam, powered by eBay. By a very special guest today. She got introduced to all of us when she was introducing new music to all of us. She then went on to star in films and on one of the biggest television shows of the last decade. But most importantly, her son was featured on the cover of Slam's It Stops Now issue, which came out last summer. It's the one, it's the only, Lala Anthony. Lala, how you doing today?
That was an amazing introduction. Thank you so much. I'm doing good. I'm excited to talk, hang out. I love sneakers. I love talking about sneakers. So let's have some fun.
Money. So every sneaker you see today on Sneaker GM is available on eBay. Everything is 100% backed by eBay's authenticity guarantee, and it's free to sell sneakers over $100 on eBay. But Lala, before we get into the draft, sneakers is such a personal thing, right? And I'm wondering what it means to you. For some people, it's memories. Some people, it's collectibles. Some people, it's just status symbols. So what does it mean for you?
I think for me, it's a little bit of everything. It's fashion. It's how you complete a look. I can look at a pair of sneakers and remember what I was doing when I got them or when I had them on. Like, it's crazy how sneakers can evoke a memory in your mind. Like, oh, I remember going to this party and I had these sneakers on and I met this person and this is what happens. Like, that's what sneakers do. But also just when you want to put a look together, like even getting dressed today, I'm like, okay, what sneaker matches with this outfit? How can this outfit's kind of plain. How can I, bring it all together with the sneaker? What can I do? Like, it's just part of your everyday culture and fashion and just who you are as a person. You can tell a lot by a person by the kind of sneakers they have on or what kind of sneakers they're into.
So speaking of memories, is there a pair that you can look at and just have a vivid memory come right back to you?
So Jordan 11s were and will always be my favorite Jordan ever. The patent leather, I just was like, wait, they put patent leather on sneakers now? This is crazy. And I just remember cutting school when they would drop to just be in line and try to get them, living in New York. Like, I remember doing that and having the memories of like all my friends are about to leave at this time, meet behind the school, we're gonna walk over there, we're gonna try to come right back. It's just, it brings up so much nostalgia, but the 11s will always be my favorite. And at one time also, MJ made a pair of special 11s for my son, which were incredible and we will keep forever. Just to have a custom color made just for him was like one of the biggest moments for me.
That's so beautiful. It's crazy the power of sneakers, isn't it?
It's crazy. It's crazy. I felt like I won an Oscar or something when that happened. It was so major.
So let's get into the first round. So Lala, this is the starters.
Oh, this is kind of hard to pick one to draft. I'm Puerto Rican, so of course the Nike Air Force 1 Low to Puerto Rico, that gets me going. But these Nike Dunk Low St. John's are just, I go freaking crazy for those. Like, all these other are cool, but I don't even see anything else on this page right now. I'm just going to those two. How do I pick between the two? All right, Boricua, I gotta fight for my culture. I'm going with the Nike Air Force 1 Lows, the Puerto Ricos. But I don't want the Nike Dunk, the St. John's. I don't want you guys to go.
So let me ask you a question, right? Because the Dunk is back having its moment, and its moment might be bigger than its original moment. Do you remember back in the day when the Dunks first started to just blow up in New York City?
I do remember, and I remember thinking like that was a certain group of people who rocked those. You liked them, but you're like, oh, that was those kids over there who rocked those. Like, we was with our Jordans, our 11s, whatever. But then now I'm obsessed and crazy, and I go crazy for the Dunks. I go crazy for SB. I mean, I just go really, really crazy. My favorite sneaker in the world right now, and I mean, is SB is the Ben and Jerry's, but it's just I just go crazy for them.
So I know you had to hunt for those a little bit.
Yeah, I had to hunt, and that's the thing. People sometimes, I feel like with my sneaker collection, it doesn't really get the respect it deserves because people just think, oh, everything just gets sent to her and that's it. And that's not true. Like, I gotta go through sneaker hunting, eBay, trying to figure it out, making my bids, trying to beat this one and that one. Like, I gotta do some of the same stuff. Everything is not just given to me. Now, yes, I have great connects. I have great people that try to give me what they can, but everything is not always, it's just not always available. And for these, I would do anything. I would do anything for these. I'll sit on eBay for 3 days straight for these.
Awesome. So let's move into the second round of the draft. So this is called heating up right here, and you're gonna start to see a few more good options. As the GM here though, can you walk me through what your process is, what you're thinking about cutting, what you're thinking about maybe picking up?
To be honest, it's like as soon as they come on the screen, I know what my eye goes to. It's just something like, you know what your eye goes to, and then my eye goes to like one or two, and then I look at all the other ones. I mean, I loved, wow. This is hard. Those Kobe's, wow. And then of course the Off-White, that sneaker caused a stir, and I love that was a woman's sneaker. You know what I mean? That's what I love about it. So that right there is gonna take us to the next round. I'm going with the Off-White Air Jordans because that was a woman's sneaker, and I think it's so important to highlight women and to make sneakers for women. I think there are some dope sneakers for women, but I'll be lying if I said I didn't think we could do a better job. Like, I'm always buying all boys and men's sneakers. Like, I want that same drip and that same flavor for women across the board. So I'm going with the Off-Whites on this one.
Love it. I love it. As you said, I mean, hoop is hoop, right? Doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. Sneakers is sneakers. Doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. But with that in mind, have you ever given any thought to what kind of colorway or what kind of silhouette a Lala Anthony sneaker would be?
Oh my gosh, yes. I think about it all the time. I've been begging MJ for years. I'm like, please just let me do it. And he always says yes. He's always told me yes. But you know, there's 100 other people you got to go through. But he's always said yes. And I'm going to keep campaigning to actually be able to design my own Jordan one day. I think about it all the time. I definitely want a bright color. You know, I love hot pink. I love purples. I love blacks. I definitely want something bright that's really gonna stand out. But yes, I dream about the day that I would be able to design my own Jordan 11. I would die. That's it for me. I'm just like, okay, I've accomplished everything. I'm done here.
All right, let's move into the third round of the draft. This is called the Classics. So these are some pairs that have really made a name for themselves throughout history. And you mentioned your son going to high school. Me as a Queens native, Christ the King, one of the biggest high schools in the world.
Tell Cayenne to come here real quick. Let's see what he picks. Let's see what Cayenne picks in this draft.
I love it.
His how he picks sneakers is very different from me. Let's get him real quick. I'm gonna tell you what I would say. Yeah. I'm going with the Air Jordan infrareds. I mean, I'm obsessed. Like, those are right in my closet right now. Obsessed. But let's see what Cayenne says, because let's see what he says. Come here. What sneakers out of this, say hi, this Cayenne, which one should go to the next round? I know what I picked. Which one do you think should make it to the next round? You get to pick one.
The infrared.
Ah! That's what I said! I didn't think you were gonna pick that. All right, so there we have it. The infrareds moving on to the next round.
I love it. That's a beautiful moment because it brings me into the next question. Carmelo just wore a PE that he designed, that kind of design. Were you in on the design process of that at all?
I didn't even know it was happening. Nobody tells me anything. I didn't even know it was happening. I'm like, what the hell is going on? There's a whole sneaker being designed here. But I was so proud of my son for just being so collaborative and, you know, giving his input, and the sneaker looked dope, and to see Melo on the court wearing it. Sneaker with Cayenne's name, I always make sure he understands like how iconic and powerful that is. Like, how many kids get to ever say that? Like, it's nothing to ever, you know, take for granted, and to sit there and pick colors and draw out different things is just such a cool process. So I'm really glad that he got to experience something like that.
It's so dope. And I just really quickly, because he was part of a huge moment last summer for our special issue, what emotions were you feeling when you saw that cover for the first time?
I was so emotional because it was in the height of everything, you know, Black Lives Matter, and just watching what was going on in the world. Then you had COVID happening. It was just like a really, you know, it was an empowering, but it was a tough time for everybody. And for my son to be able to be on the cover and speak out about, police brutality and what's happening to young black men in America was so powerful, and he understood that. And that's a cover that will be framed in our house forever, and something that he'll be able to talk to his kids about one day, and how powerful, him and his dad were to be on that cover together. So thank you to Slam for giving us that opportunity, because that was amazing.
No, please know I speak for all of us when we say we're extremely appreciative of you guys for giving us that.
Thank you.
Because it was a beautiful moment.
Thank you so much.
Awesome.
I'm liking what we have. I like what we have going so far. I feel good about it. I feel strong.
It's some balance, right? So you got the lifestyle options. You got something you could have hooped in back in the day with the Sixes, and then you got some Puerto Ricos, which is obviously you already know. So let's move into the fourth round. This is called the heavy hitters.
Ooh. Ah!
Talk me through it. What are you seeing?
Wow, the Dior's. When I tell you what I went through for the damn Dior's, like what I had to go through for those damn Dior's. Wow, yeah, that was a tough one for me. And the Concords, that's just me. That's my thing. The Grateful Deads, yeah, I have those too. Wow, the Royals. This is probably, to me, this is like the hardest round right here. Like the Dior's, yes, it's the Dior's. It's trendy, it's cool, it's Kim Jones, it's the collab, it's crazy. Like the Concords are classic. All right, I'm going with the Dior's.
All right, so I'm afraid to tell you that if you thought this round was difficult, then this final round is called the grails. This might be even more difficult for you. This is, as you can see, this is the top of the top, right? So you got the J's, you got some rare Nikes, you got the Kobe 8s, you got the Pigeons.
And then you got the nerve to throw the Mellows on there, like really? Oh my God. Wow. All right, so this is crazy. This is crazy. I'm like in heaven in my mind right now. Wow. Yeah, it's obvious that I'm gonna have to go with the Mellows. Those were, I remember them. I remember when they came out. I remember the craze around them. I remember seeing him wear them. I remember seeing him shoot some magazine covers with them on. So those evoke a lot of memories for me, from the Mellow, the back in the day Mellow, the Denver Mellow. I remember a lot of that. And I remember seeing pictures hung up in the house with that sneaker on them. So it just has all those memories. All these other sneakers are amazing, but when it comes to my life and something that's important in my life, it's definitely those Mellows, even though I will take any one of these sneakers on any day of my life at any moment. I'm going with the Mellows.
But it goes back to what you said in the beginning, right? It's just footwear is memories.
It is. And I'm telling you, I remember like going to games and seeing him, and like he was just crushing everyone. And like, this is crazy. And just being a part of that, and that sneaker, I just remember seeing that sneaker all over the house and pictures on the wall of that sneaker. That sneaker was just a staple in our lives at that time. So definitely that one.
So I'm going to give you a 3-word limit, either to describe the emotion you have attached to those memories, or to describe the emotions that you feel when you see those sneakers right here. 3-word limit. Go, what do you got?
Happiness, excitement, and honestly, I would say I would really say there's a little bit of sadness, because you know that there are some times in your life you're never gonna get back, and I'm just grateful to have lived in certain moments, but it's like, it's never gonna be a 19, 20-year-old Mellow again in Denver killing everybody. He's still breaking records and doing everything now. He's still crushing, but it's like that time and that frenzy, the whole Mellow, LeBron, like that era, like we're not gonna get that back again. So there's a sadness there, but a happiness that I got to live through that, and I was able to experience that.
That's so beautiful. It just sums up so beautifully what we do this for, right? It's not just about breaking necks. Like, it's really just about, like, it's real life with these sneakers.
Real life. It's real life. And it's so many memories, like we said, attached to sneakers. So I'm just happy to have lived it, be a part of it. And I'm also happy to create new memories with new sneakers. There's a lot of dope stuff coming out right now. So I'm happy to create new memories with new sneakers. I showed you guys earlier that I had the Supremes on. I'm about to go outside and make some memories with these. So it's like, you got to keep it going. We got to keep going with making memories and doing what you got to do for sure.
Awesome. So Lala Anthony came through. We got some Off-Whites. We got some Carmelos. We got some J's. Lala, thank you so much for coming through.
I'm so happy with my 5. I just want to tell you, I feel real strong with the way I'm going into this. I feel strong about it. But thank you so much. I had so much fun. Like I said, I could talk sneakers all day long. I can do this for hours and hours. It's my favorite thing in the world. So thank you for having me.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And just as a reminder, everything you saw here on Sneaker GM is available on eBay. Everything is 100% backed by eBay's authenticity guarantee. And it's free to sell sneakers over $100 on eBay.
I'm about to go to eBay. There's a couple here that I'm like, sometimes you just got to see it. There's so many sneakers in my closet that you forget what you have with you, but sometimes you just have to see it and you're like, oh yeah, I got to go back and get those. So I'm going to go to eBay.